fall of 2007, I was doing a Bible study, a Beth Moore Bible study on the book of Daniel. And it was a miracle that I was even doing a Bible study at all, because I was in this season, this spiritually dry place of rebellion and pride, and our marriage was suffering, and it was in a bad place. So as I was doing this study, I was pretty convicted about where I was at, about what I needed to deal with. I needed to really look at our marriage and self-evaluate and just change some things. And but I had a lot of fear about what that would mean, what it would look like, because when you do that kind of stuff, it usually gets worse before it gets better. So I was in the study, and Beth, we got to chapter 4, and that is the chapter where King Nebuchadnezzar has this dream that Daniel has to interpret for him. And in this dream, he is this huge, glorious tree, and he's got animals and fruit in his canopy, and a messenger from heaven comes and declares that the tree is to be cut down, and all of the animals and the fruit will be scattered, but the stump is to be left with its roots in the ground, and it is to be bound with this chain of iron and bronze. And so Daniel interprets this dream, and he tells Nebuchadnezzar that he is the tree, and God is going to humble him and basically strip him of his kingdom, and he's exiled. But in this study, she really hones in on the stump with its roots in the ground, and this chain around it is God's protection over him as he is in exile, to the protection for him, so that when he finally acknowledges that God is sovereign and God is all-powerful and not himself, then his sanity returns, God returns his kingdom, he restores him and puts him back on the throne. And so through this study, it really kind of became this personal message to me, in the context of my marriage troubles and where I was. I really felt like God was saying to me, I'm not going to help your marriage I'm not going to bring restoration until you are honest and until you humble yourself. But that promise of protection was really what I needed to kind of help me make that decision and really face our marriage and just do the work. And it was a turning point, and that's the promise that kind of got me through to make that kind of jump off that cliff. And no matter what happened, I felt like he was telling me, I will protect you. So I knew what we had to do at that point. So we began counseling, and we were in counseling for several months, and I just kind of got stuck in this place. We had progressed, and we were getting better slowly, but I seemed to be just at this point spinning my wheels and stuck. And I remember I was just having a really rough day. And you tell yourself things to kind of get through the hard times. And I remember I was angry and still had this spirit of rebellion, and I said to myself, okay, so I hate my marriage right now, but at least I have this awesome house because of it. And basically, I knew as soon as those words left my head or came out of my mouth, I had sunk to a new level. Like I was just really in a bad place, and I felt convicted even in that, but then you just go on. So it was about a month later, like pretty sure it was very close to a month time, from speaking those words on June 25th, 2008. This quick storm blew through the area, and lightning struck a tree right next to our house, and then it jumped to our main electrical boxes and started our house on fire.
At about 3 o'clock today, that's when the Klein Fire Department got the call about this fire. When they arrived out to the location, they could already see heavy smoke. I did speak with the fire chief for the Klein Fire Department, and he confirmed to me that this was caused by a lightning strike. And unfortunately, this is in an area where there are no hydrants.
Later in the week, the investigator that was here, he pulled me aside. He said, "Ma'am, I don't know if this makes you feel any better or not, but I don't really think that I highly doubt that there was any way that the fire departments could have saved your home. There were just too many small fires started instantly, and they were too strategically placed throughout your home."